Hi, this is Islamic Dad. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. It does help me out. Tonight I'm doing a video on kind of the overlap between covert narcissism and borderline personality disorder. I made one previously and I forgot to add a very important part. So, I was chatting with Kylie Rackham, who's a self-aware covert narcissist, about some of the traits and behaviors, and she had clarified that a lot of them overlap with borderline personality disorder, which she also has. And it got me to thinking that, there might be something there. So I started reading up on some of the differences and similarities, and some of them were really surprising. So as I had said before with my exes, so when I ended things with my malignant narcissist wife, she hoovered, would do like the, ooh, I'm the devil, oh, I'm the angel, I'm the devil, I'm the angel, and do this like weird thing after the end of the relationship where I can only assume she wanted to not be with me, but have me somehow in a place where she thought she controlled me or something weird. I mean, narcissists think very strangely. But anyways, that behavior was pretty typical of narcissists. My ex-girlfriend that I was with for 4 years, though, when I ended things, she went completely silent. And that was something that, again, I really rarely, if ever, read people talking about their exes with narcissistic personality disorder doing that. Typically, it's much more common for them to do the hoovering, to do the games, and this type of thing, just to kind of, I don't know, stick around, keep you, I think it goes back to like that object constancy, or the weird way that narcissists view people as objects. So they're just like, oh, I'm just going to put them on the shelf. Then when I want to, maybe a year down the line, I can just reach up and grab them and take them down. So my ex-girlfriend's behavior was not like that at all. I was just, I call it deading. And so the thing that I wanted to also explain, which I may have in previous videos, is that the relationship she had before me, she was with this person for 7 years, and they had moved from like state to state across the country. And after they ended the relationship, she never talked about him again. It was as if he no longer existed. It's as if he never existed during those 7 years. It's as if they were not together for those 7 years. In fact, it's as if those 7 years never happened. And what I mean by that is that even if she had gone to, like, say, the Grand Canyon during those 7 years, the fact that it happened during that period of time, she would erase it. It would never come up in conversation. And previous to that relationship, she was married for 7 years, same exact MO. Basically, that 7 years, there was no mention of anything, no description of either of her exes, or her ex or her ex-boyfriend. Just I mean, I just, it's almost like I found out by accident, but there was no information there, and anything that happened during those 7 years together in the relationship, or 7 years married, was just erased. It was if, and that's the thing, it's like, it's not only as if she erased the person she was with, it's as if she erased her own history during that duration, so that there was just nothing there. And the MO that I saw to some degree, after I ended the relationship with her, was the same thing. It was not, it was, there was no hoovering at all. It was the complete opposite of just deading the person as if we had not been together, as if we don't know each other, as if we never met, and as if those 4 years never happened, to the point that she was getting rid of objects in her house that had been around during those 4 years, items of clothing that she had bought in those 4 years. I mean, literally just putting in that effort to just erase that time from existence. So that is not typical of narcissist, but my understanding is that is fairly typical of how borderline personality, or people with BPD respond after the end of a relationship, where they're just like, boom, dead. That I just dead that person. I will never mention them again. If you show me a photo of them, I will not recognize them. It is as if we never met. That is much, much more typical on the borderline personality disorder side of things than on the covert narcissist side of things. So that got me to thinking. I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. If that's the case, maybe my ex, I misdiagnosed, and she's not a covert narcissist. She actually has BPD, maybe, because of that one aspect. No, because one thing my ex-girlfriend, the covert narcissist, did to a surprising degree was the smear campaign. A smear campaign for the ages, where the narrative and the story changes on a daily basis. It gets worse and worse. It involves more and more as time goes on. It's never ending. And whereas, during the relationship, she only had, like, say, this much energy. As far as the smear campaign, she's got this much energy. She has all the energy in the world to put into perpetuating, maintaining, and just pushing forward the smear campaign. And so it has been eye-opening. And I think I've done videos on that. But where it gets interesting, though, is so I was reading up on borderline personality disorder. People with BPD don't do smear campaigns. Again, it kind of goes back to that thing where it's like, no, the person with BPD deads them, and then it's as if they never existed, and the person with BPD is doing their thing. And that the smear campaign is very much more in the category of behaviors and traits for people with narcissistic personality disorder. So yeah, I mean, there's overlap of behaviors and traits, and as Kylie pointed out, there's even situations where a person might actually be diagnosed with both, and they're just I guess that's comorbidity or whatever. But yeah, I will continue to read up and learn what I can on borderline personality disorder, because I think it is fascinating, and it kind of, I think it's helpful to kind of clarify some of these things that were odd that I experienced or that I saw that don't fit nicely into the typical categories of behaviors for people with narcissistic personality disorder. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Thanks.